All right. Hey, shalom, shalom. So, um, the last video I did, the second half of that video cut out, the sound cut out, and I kind of just want to pick up where I left off, and that was Second Ezra's. Let me see where I'm at. Okay, yeah, Second Ezra 16:19. All right, and I was going into the word amendment. So what I'm gonna do is just try to play this video back, and then go over the precepts I went in to while I was doing this with no sound, of course. But yeah, Second Ezra 16:19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sin and scourges, and we went into scourges, meaning punishment. All right, and for amendment. So when you go into this word amendment, it says betterment, improvement. All right, of persons, corrections or correction. So the Lord is sending punishments on earth simply to correct. All right, the manners of these people. Okay, as odd as that sounds, but that's the way of the Lord. Okay, He's about to allow judgments to go throughout this earth. All right, and correct these people because of their wrongdoing. Okay, and guess what? He's going to use the so-called white man to do so in a lot of different aspects. All right, to shake up you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, as he's doing now. All right. Okay. Hey, that's the Lord's doing. Okay. So Amos 9 and 10, it says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Right. So Jake is in a spirit where they don't believe anything can happen. All right. They call that normality bias. All right. Nothing outside of the norm. They don't believe that nothing outside of the norm can affect their daily lives. And that's what's set up to happen. Okay. And they call us the prophets of doom. Well, that's what essentially we are. We're warning you. All right, we're sounding that trumpet. Okay. All right. So moving on. All right. I'm kind of just cut to the points. So now I got to replay this video to get the precept. So bear with me. So Amos 3 and 1 KJV. Use this to go into. All right. Let's get straight to the point. Yeah. So Amos 3 and 6, it says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Right. So you people are supposed to be afraid. All right. The Lord said, um, what? Lift up thy voice and cry like a trumpet or something like that. Slakia. Let me get that. Isaiah 58. All right. Let's see. Isaiah 58 and 1. All right. It says, cry aloud and spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet. All right. So shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people be not afraid? All right. That trumpet that's blowing is the prophets. All right. It's the sound of an alarm. It's the sound of warning. But the Lord has put it on our spirit to blow that trumpet. Should these people not be afraid? They're supposed to be afraid, right? And really, that is supposed to bring fear and reverence towards the Lord. All right. And it's supposed to bring about a certain conduct or change a certain uh, uh, a thing in you to bring out a worthy conduct. All right, which is really, having a contrite, a lowly spirit. You know, we're supposed to be meek. Okay, all right, we're not supposed to be, essentially posturing ourselves in such a way where we look like thugs and we, you know, uh, shit look like the world with these music videos and stuff like that. No, we're supposed to be. The Lord said He's taking us out of the world. All right, and we're the light that's shining in the world. All right, and all that way of life, that party and that festive spirit, that having fun spirit, that's of this world. All right, so let's see, going back, all right, Amos 3 and 6. Okay, pretty much where I left off. All right, and I want to read it in the KJV, and then I'm gonna jump to the NLT. Now it says, all right, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord hath not done it? It's the Lord, right? Surely the Lord God, Yahweh power, will do nothing, all right, but he revealeth the secret unto his servants, the prophets. So the prophets know, all right, that the scourges and all these punishments, that's all from the Lord, okay? So the NLT, Amos 3 and 6, and it reads, when the ram's horn blows a warning, shouldn't the people be alarmed? Right, you would think these people would be alarmed with all the information that the Lord put the Spirit on brothers to bring out. You would think that Jake would be you know in droves, you know, repenting and having humble hearts. But no, Jake is posturing themselves with more pride, and the scripture said the Lord resisted the proud. All right, so these guys are putting themselves in a line of fire, okay? Because he's gonna get rid of that spirit, man. You know, you're gonna have to be mournful, be sorrowful, okay? And this truth is not of us, even though the wisdom puffeth up or knowledge puffeth up. You know, Jake is just a bunch of puffed up Israelites, okay? Debating and really, they're not making this thing about Yahweh Shai, man. All right? They're not glorifying the Lord. Okay, it says, does disaster come to a city unless the Lord has planned it? Indeed, the sovereign Lord Yahweh never does anything until he reveals his plans to his servants, the prophets. We got the message. We letting y'all know the secrets. All right, we letting you know how the Lord coming, because he's not coming. All right, with joy and happiness. He's coming angry. All right, and Jake don't. For the love of me, they don't understand that. Okay, so let me see where I left off here. Right, spirits created for vengeance. Okay, just to build on that. Um, Here, let me do this because just to build on, the scourges. All right, so Salakia. Now it says here, it says, let me go up a few verses while I'll read here. All right. Sirach 39 and 28, it says, well, you know what? Yeah. I can start at 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance. All right. So those are the scourges. All right. Which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. All right. Fire and hail and famine and death and all these were created for vengeance. You see? Okay. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. All right. So all of these things are set up for the wicked. Okay. And this is how the Lord coming. He says, they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. Okay. And the need is now. The need is a need for corrections to come upon this earth. And guess what? The Lord is going to use Esau to do it. And that's why we got to be, essentially, and it is around Passover time. So this this is a detriment or detrimental to our salvation, to carry ourselves a certain way. All right. Remember, during the Passover, that was a dark hour for the Lord. All right. Okay. There wasn't, you did have Israelites that were partying and doing all sorts of things, but those were the ones that were against him. Okay. Remember. All right. Remember, sorrow. He was in heaviness. Okay. He sweat blood. Those things you cannot forget. You got to consider that. All right. And you have to apply. All right. Okay. Because things that were written, they were written for our learning because we're going through the same things. All right. Okay. As our ancestors did. All right. It says they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. See, they ain't gonna transgress his word. They're gonna get to it. Therefore, therefore, from the beginning I was resolved and thought upon these things. I have left them in writing. So, all right, moving on. Okay, what else did I go into? All right. Oh yeah, James 4, I believe 9. So James 4 and 9. Okay, and it reads, it says, "Be afflicted." All right, and mourn. So I could start up a few verses. Okay, but the point being in 9, James 4 and 7, "Submit yourselves therefore to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you." All right, and the devil is what, um that's the seducing spirits. That's your own mind. That's, of course, as Esau Edom. All right. So it says, "Draw nigh to the Most High, and He will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners." Right? Because we all sin. Ain't none of us, no one of us can say we haven't sinned. And I know that group Sicarius kind of took it on that tone. All right. And but they're in error. Okay. All right. Okay. Because they, again, they're stepping into that realm of being proud again. Okay. We're supposed to say what we're unprofitable servants. All right. Okay. And we're supposed to be looking for mercy. All right. And we're not around here acting like we got it all. Edomites kissing our boots and all of that. No, man. The Lord sent us into this world to be, and He said, well, He sent us as sheep among wolves, but He sent us, or He instructed us to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Okay. So it says, "And purify your hearts, meaning your mind, ye double minded." Okay. And wherefore shall a young man cleanse his way? Psalms 119:9. By taking by taking heed thereto all the words is written in the book, roughly paraphrased. So it says here, "Be afflicted and mourn." Here's the point. "And weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning and your joy to heaviness." You see, humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and He shall lift you up. This is the spirit that we're supposed to be in now. Okay. We're not supposed to be in the spirit where we, making music videos and essentially showing out, and, you know, uh, brushing our hair on camera, wearing hats, trying to look good. That's not what this ministry is about. And a lot of Jakes got this thing completely backwards. All right, they got this thing completely backwards. Okay, a lot of them don't like rebuke. Okay, a lot of them don't like correction. Well, guess what? When, like, I believe the Apostle Gavar says, is when words can't teach you what tribulation can, or something like that. I know I probably butchered it, but let's see, where else did I go? All right, we read James. Okay, we read Amos 3. All right, we went into that. All right, so Isaiah 66 and 1. All right, and this is a very good precept right here, Isaiah 66 and 1, the point being in 2. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where is the house that ye build me unto me? And where is the place of my rest?" Okay. It says, "For all those things hath mine hand made, and all those things have been, said the Lord Yahweh." Okay. So the Lord doesn't need us to build him anything. All right. He built it all. So, but to this man will I look. Okay. So we ain't got to have a church, build a church for the Lord. All right. And now we are his temple. So it said the Lord, "But to this man will I look, even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit," meaning lowly, right? Okay, and I believe this word goes into lame as well. But we're gonna go into it. It says, even to this man, even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit and trembleth at my word. You see? So that's who the Lord is dealing with. Okay? He's not dealing with everybody else. He's dealing with those that are sincere, the true worshipers that trembleth at his words. Okay? That's gonna listen to his words, man. That's gonna be obedient to his word. Okay? All right, that means we're exalting his name. All right. That means we're letting you know what's going to come. We're rightly dividing the truth. All right. Okay. So the word for contrite here is nakah. And it says here, it says lame. Right. And if Jay call you lame, right? What you're supposed to be lame is stricken, smitten. All right. Contrite. Okay. So we're spiritually, all right, or literally or figuratively, it says here, right? Maimed, smitten, uh, contrite, which is another word for being lowly. All right, there. The word poor too, because this speaks to the mindset and the spirit that we're supposed to be in, being that we're in captivity and we're looking for mercy from the Lord. All right, the Hebrew word for poor is anaya. All right, anaya. Okay, which it says poor, afflicted, humble, wretched. All right, and I had that word up here for wretched or wretch, stranger, exile. We're in exile. What is there to be proud about, right? We have a shitload of shame things that we've done in our past that we're supposed to be completely ashamed for, and asking the Lord to exempt us from the punishments to come. So with Jake is posturing themselves and doing whatever the hell they want and all over the place, okay, all right, they're just putting themselves in a line of fire because the Lord is not playing when He returns. Jake is acting crazy, all right, and they're gonna get checked. The Lord's gonna check their temperament. All right, when he sicks Esau on their asses, man. Okay, all right. So it says a banished here. It says a banished person in exile. We're still in exile. So we're wretch. We're a wretch. We're wretched right now, right? And that's the spirit that we're supposed to capture. It says here, poor, weak. Yeah, we weak. Afflicted, wretched, humble, lowly. But you got a lot of Israelites who boast themselves in their apparel. They boast themselves in their materialism. All right. You're supposed to leave. You're supposed to be fleeing from these times. All right. Putting off the burdens of man. Okay. And make a haste to flee from these times. So, all right, moving on, man. Because Jake is all over the place, man. So the Lord is dealing with those that tremble, that are poor, that know that they're unworthy, all right, and that have a lowly spirit, a contrite spirit, and trembleth at his word. Okay? Okay, I believe that says the same thing. I went into the NLT. I went into this word wretch. Okay. So I'm just, kind of brushing through the video I made, which ain't got no sound. If I play it, it got someone else playing in the background. But First Corinthians 5 and 6. All right. Okay. Immorality rebuked, because we know, I mean, to give it some context, of course, the Corinthians, that church, there were numerous accounts of them being rebuked, and they constantly had to be rebuked because of some of the things, and um, they just wasn't they were off, okay, and they had to be corrected, just much like a lot of these churches now. All right, which church goes back to the Greek word ecclesia, which means to call out. All right, and in the ancient world, the church wasn't a building; it was a courtyard. All right, where the disciples met and sat and broke bread. But 1 Corinthians 5, all right, okay, and 6, okay, because we can apply it to now, because you got a lot of J glorying in things they ought not to. So 1 Corinthians 5 and 6, your glorying is not good. Know ye not that a little leaven, which is wickedness, leaveneth the whole lump. So the little things that you do that really are unseemly, they only get worse if you don't check it. Okay, but a lot of our people don't check it. Okay, so it says, purge out therefore the old leaven, that old man, the old person that you once were, right? So we're not talking about what we used to be in the world because we're new creatures, right? We're not talking about, I was an OG in the hood, or I was Hoover, Crippin' and blood and all of that, smoking tweeds. No, but all of that stuff that you've done in the past, you're supposed to leave that behind. That reputation. You have that reputation no more, right? And we're putting on a new lump. It says what? Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Hamashiach, our Passover, is sacrificed for us. You see, and so Yahweh Shai, which is our Passover. So we look into Yahweh Shai, and what was he like in those his final moments? He was in complete stress, right? He was in fear of ultimately his what he had to go through. He was crying. He mourned. He was well, he cried blood or sweat blood, if I'm not mistaken. There's an actual term for that. I forget. All right. But he was in no way, shape, or form was he in this festive, mirthing spirit that Jake is in now. Because his life was hanging in the balance. All right. All right. He had to sacrifice himself, and this is what we're supposed to look to. We're supposed to be in that same mindset that Yahweh had. All right, because he is our Passover. Okay. Therefore let us keep the feast, not with old leaven. All right. So you know, and it's speaking to the actual Passover, but it's commemorating that whole Passover that took place, because Yahweh Shai was that unblemished lamb that essentially when he was sacrificed, all right, um, that covered the whole nation's sins, all right. So that's a huge thing, right? And we can't eat this Passover, because we're part of Yahweh Shai. We entered into his afflictions, that straight gate. All right. So it says, therefore, let us keep the feast, not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth. And this is how we're supposed to be moving, in sincerity and truth. All right. Let's see what it says in the NLT, verse 8. Same thing, sincerity and truth. But when you go into the word sincerity, all right, Greek word is
Strong's G 1505. Alekrinaya. Alekrinaya.
alekrinaya. All right, which here it says, it says clearness from G1506. Okay, purity, sincerity, ingenuousness. All right, so we're gonna go into a few of these. Okay, to be, oh, they don't have that word. Well, it says, just like innocent candor, a young woman who displays innocent candor or simplicity. Well, hey, we're the Lord's woman, right? So we're supposed to be displaying innocence, all right? And you're not innocent if you're portraying or mirroring what the fuck the world doing, you know? You got to carry your gat around, you know? Everybody want to be a tough guy. We're not. Look, we're not tough guys. We tough, but we ain't playing this tough guy role, right? We're meek. Okay, as the scriptures say, the meek shall inherit the earth, and the Lord, of course, He resisted the proud. Okay, freeborn. So let's do this. Okay, we're gonna cut that, and we're gonna go back. All right, Salakia. Yep. So that other word for it was purity, sincerity. Let's see what the etymon online says for sincerity. Now it says honesty, genuineness, right? So you got to be genuine. A lot of Jake ain't genuine because they got their own motives. They got ulterior motives, right? It's for forwarding themselves. It's not for forwarding Yahweh Shai, and that's what we're truly here to do. It's the Lord's word. This ain't our words, so we're not using this truth to hustle, make money, because that's the Lord's money at the end of the day. All right, and you're supposed to feed the poor, right? You're supposed to use that to push, the ministry and nothing, personal, so to speak. Unless, of course, you need it. But we're not supposed to be promoting ourselves and promoting and put, you know, because you can undermine the truth, and a lot of jakes don't consider that their little funky ass ways can essentially alter what the Lord has set up purely to do. All right. So more on it is just purity, soundness, wholeness, right? Because you got to come uh, with all your heart. All right. Okay. All right. So figuratively sound, genuine, pure, true, candid, truthful. All right. A lot of individuals ain't doing this thing truthful. Okay. So let's see. What did I have for the rest of this video? Yeah. So I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm guessing that was it. So yeah, that pretty much concludes this lesson. Salaki, I had to go back and redo that second half, which this second half is longer. I touched on a lot of points in that video because I was just rolling in the spirit. So I know I made mention of Esau and I brought some stuff out about him. I don't know if that's in the first half. I would have to go back and look. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. All right. Until next time, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Shai, Shem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles. Shalom to you, Akim. Peace.